we back at it again, guys. As y'all already see, we in the gallery. the gallery. The gallery. Yeah, I'm just waiting for some people to come on. Do I look different, guys? Do I look different? Look, my stomach went down. Stomach went down. The haters are mad because I'm still looking young. But yeah, guys, it's your boy Milan back at again. I'll wait till some people come in. But yeah, so the talk of the town. Yo, what up? You guys can hear me too, right? I'm pretty sure you can. I'm in the right side, you know what I mean? On the right side, on the best side. Yeah. But yeah, guys, so with Sosua being as it is, man, I know a lot of people down on their luck. Some YouTubers are mad because their businesses might not do as good, but it's all good because if Sosua is gone and done for all you Sosua fans, you have other options, guys. You always have other options. There's always other options, guys. You got Tijuana. Um, you got even guys. A lot of you guys sleep on El Salvador, but El Salvador, San Salvador, $25 for I think what is it, half an hour, something like that. And cheapskate Jake prices out there, baby. All right, I appreciate you, bro. Do you think I can have as much fun in Puerto Plata? Um, excuse me. So with Puerto Plata, you're gonna have to know where to go and move. Uh, when Future was rocking with me Puerto Plata, I had showed him certain spots. There was a strip club he could go to. There's a lounge he can go to. But again, it all depends on you because here's the thing. Now, I'm going to say this, guys, right? I'm going to say this, guys. When I brought Future, when I brought Future to the lounge, and it's on one of my videos, the 4K one in Puerto Plata. But when I brought him to the lounge, when he was filming going live, he didn't like it because he was going off of, oh, the people want this, the people want this, the people want Sosua, the people want see me do this, they want this, you know what I mean? But when he went by himself, I mean, not by himself, but when he went without, when he went with me without worrying about the chat, he enjoyed it. And a lot of you guys aren't YouTubers, so excuse me, most likely you'll enjoy it. Um, so you got the lounge, you got the strip club. You also, if you really wanna try something, Blackbeards is always a definite. You know what I mean? Ahmad Global, shout out to you. What up? I just left TJ. Let's see. Let's see what is. I just left TJ Tuesday. Yeah. So how is TJ? That I remember one of the guys that went out there. He was telling me TJ is really good for us now because there's not a lot of abundance of uh, tourists coming in there. I think the prices are dropping. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but that's another option. A lot of people don't think about other spots like Monterrey, Mexico. I remember this guy Luke Powell was talking about that. Monterrey, Mexico is a good spot, and to get to Monterrey, Mexico, you fly to San Antonio, and I think you could take a bus. I forget how long the bus is. I think it's like 3 or 4 hours. It might be longer. You take that, and then you get to Monterrey, Mexico. Um, But yeah, that's an option. What else? I mean, a lot of you guys sleep on Guadalajara, Mexico. Guadalajara, Mexico. The prices for the flights to Guadalajara, Mexico, are really cheap. Now I know people are gonna bash me, talk junk, like, "Oh, Milano, you said there was nothing there." I didn't really want to push the Guadalajara, Mexico, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because certain YouTubers I was cool with at the time, they didn't want a lot of guys messing up. But because those YouTubers aren't on YouTube no more, I can be honest. Guadalajara is a good spot to try to check out. Um, it's not a full blown Malingering spot, but you can get some cabbies that have some chicas on deck for you guys. Another thing is too. Let me see. Costa Rica. You guys forgot about Costa Rica. San Jose, Costa Rica. Easy to get to. Not too expensive on the flights, depending on where you're at. They got the casas. You're good. You know what I mean? Especially San Jose is really good. That's like a monger's paradise in San Jose. I'm always in Dorado, Texas. It's very close to Monterrey, Mexico. Oh wow. So yeah, yeah, you should. You ever checked out Monterrey, Mexico, man? I want to actually check that spot out. I want to go to different spots that nobody's really going to. Whether whether they think because if they because Mexico is not a real travel spot or whatever. But I do want to go back to Mexico and hit some spots, but just spots that people aren't really putting out there. A couple people told me to check out Lima, Peru. That might be an option as well. It's just that Lima, Peru, it's weird because there was the Lima, Peru flight is, I want to say, is almost, it's not like, I don't think it's Brazil time length, but Lima, Peru, the flight is long, I heard. But they did have some cheapskate Jake flights for, what's it called? 500 at one time. So let's see. Change in the weather, guys. It's been raining here. That's why I haven't even gone to the beach or anything. It used to be warm. Now it's getting cold and rainy. So yeah, that's how I end up getting this cold, because it'll be hot during the day. You sweating that out, then it gets cold at night. You know what I mean? Change of temperature. I refuse to cross the border. I'm just down there for work. Oh, okay. Have you ever tried the tender and Puerto Plata? Oh, so Puerto Plata has excellent tender options. Um, if you want, I mean, depends on what's your taste. Now they're gonna have some undercover pros out on tender, and you'll be able to figure that out because they're gonna tell you in the chat what they're about. But yeah, tender is perfect for it. You know what I mean? Because you can find what you need. I found one of the Haitian joint that I found in Puerto Plata for like, I think it was like 1,500 pesos. Short time, man. I found that on Tinder, and that was a good situation right there. That was a good situation. I was able to make that a regular because the price was so cheap. You know what I mean? There was sometimes she even took 1,000 pesos for you, boy. You know what I mean? Um, have you? Let's see. Tijuana is still dope. It was pretty much low key. Price is decent. Oh, okay, makes sense. I was actually thinking about going to Tijuana at a certain point, man. Because I was like, man, I could just go there and get out. You know what I mean? And I don't have to go through a lot of headaches. The only headaches I have to say with Tijuana, I will say this: unless you fly straight to Tijuana, right? If you fly, if you're going across the border, you have to go. You have to worry about the long lines. That's the only headache you have. But other than that, I think it's worth it, man. I really think it's worth it because it's just with me on all the way on the East Coast. I gotta fly all the way to the West Coast. That's all. I think the flying length is probably more bothersome to me than going through the border. To be honest with you, let me see. No name internet pirate. Miami Beach is better than Sosua. Miami has better food too. I don't know. I don't know if Miami Beach has the chicas like that though. I had no success with Tinder. I had no success with Tinder. It's a ripoff. I wish it probably a couple hundred redoing it. Oh, okay. Wasting money every week. Oh, wow. Yeah, I would say with Tinder, I wouldn't pay for it. That was my biggest mistake. It does help you if you do pay for it sometimes to get more matches, but if you don't with overseas, you don't even need the one that pays for it because you're gonna match up with a lot of girls, especially if you're in Dominican Republic. You you are there, any chicas in Punta Cana? Uh oh yeah, Punta Cana. There's a lot of chicas in Big Spinner in Punta Cana. Yeah, it's all good, man. They didn't hit Punta Cana like they did Sosua just yet. So you got time. You might as well come down here before it gets crazy. I don't think it's gonna get crazy like that though in Punta Cana like Sosua though, man. I'm just being honest with you because Punta Cana, they already got their only they got the family money coming in. And when I mean family money, I'm talking about the families coming in spending money. They already got that. They're not pressed to change it. Now Sosua, yeah, because not really families were coming there. There was some people that were coming there out of ordinary that looked like socially awkward there because that's like all guys and stuff like that, and you got these white women from Europe or Canada or wherever coming, and they're in Sosua and all these girls around, so it looked kind of socially awkward, which you guys could see on one of my shorts where the ladies asking me who am I talking to on the lives and stuff. But yeah, Sasua needs a family business more than Punta Cana. And when I say need it, I don't necessarily mean Sasua needs the family friendly money because it's already known for a certain destination. I don't think it's gonna be hard to get that black cloud over Sasua as far as, and when I mean black cloud, I mean what people think of it as a monger destination, a single guy's destination. It's gonna be hard to really change that. So because of that, I really don't think it's gonna help them changing it family friendly. It's gonna up the money or the value. Even if it does up the value of the property, if you're not getting no money for the property, if people aren't coming to spend money, it's like penny wise, pound foolish. Like this old ass house I'm in, right? In Lewisburg. They could redo it up, and really fix it up and gain value. But if you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no money coming in, what does it matter? You know what I mean? Tijuana is closer to me. It's more convenient. I'm in Texas. I like DR more, but it's more hassle to get there. Yeah, yeah. The same thing with DR with me. It's uh, it's closer to me. It's closer to me versus Tijuana. Costa Rica might be the new spot. Yeah, Costa Rica. I would say San Jose, Costa Rica, should be the new spot you guys should be looking for. You know what I mean? But a lot of these guys front and they be like, "Oh, I'm not a monger, I'm a traveler, and they buy properties in these places where they have, you know, as tourism. You know what I mean? And it's like these guys front, man. Like I remember Big J even said he bought property in DR. Well, not property, land, and he's stuck with that until he has to sell it. Now, what's gonna happen is he's gonna have to wait it out. You gotta be real patient. Anytime you buy land in DR, it's more of a headache because it's not like it grows in value like that overseas. So you gotta find some person that's in love with DR and is like, oh, I need land because I'm gonna build this, I'm gonna live in DR, and they got money to spend, and then you can sell them for some amount. Maybe there's one or two things gonna happen. You either sell them the amount and get your money back. These are the positive situations. It could be worse. You could lose money, but most people usually break even. Excuse me, break even, and say if they bought, I'm just putting example, this ain't what the guy's paying for, but say if he bought land for 7,000, right, for 1 acre or whatever it is, right. um if the guy comes to him and pays 7,000 for it, he gets his money back and he breaks even, right? But if somebody comes and he pays over that, he might make a couple of dollars. But look how long you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait and hope somebody wants to buy that land. So right now, Big J is stuck like Chuck because he has to wait until people want to buy land. And here's the thing: he don't even like DR like that no more. So you done bought land in a place you don't even really like that much. You was talking all this trash, and now you stuck with land in a place you don't like that you got burnt by a chicken. And I'm not even making fun of him, but that's the reason why I never bought land overseas, because I had the money too, but I just never did because I know it's a pain in the neck. And what these a lot of these guys won't tell you is a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of these guys be talking about, oh yeah, I'm a businessman and all that, but a lot of these guys are getting sponsored, bro. They're not putting all that money into a business overseas. I'm not trying to mention names. I'm not doing this to cause beef or go viral or, be a so-called chatty patty or start trouble. But I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. A lot of these guys didn't own their own business. You know, I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I mean? Nothing against Finger, but he had somebody putting a money sponsoring his shit, bro. So are you guys acting like he owned it? No, he had somebody put money so it could last that long. That's what a lot of you guys don't realize. But again, teach their own. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking Finger for not starting his own business because he was living there, and it's not like he had an option to go back to the states. But if you have an option to go back to the states, well, if you live in the states and you're visiting, I wouldn't invest any money overseas. That's just personally me. Excuse me. I brought my ticket for SOSÚA and Halloween the day before the race started. I gotta make the best of it. Yeah, man. We would have never knew this was coming through. Excuse me, coming through though. We would have never knew this was coming through. So I mean, like I said, you can. I don't know if you purchase any tickets for the flip flop events. Those should still be good, so that won't be a waste of money. But if you didn't purchase anything from flip flops events, I would either do that, or if you don't want to do that, I would just try to hit up Puerto Plata, and like I said, the lounge in Puerto Plata. There's clubs. I mean, a lot of this, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You guys always ask me, where's this at? Where's that? I Googled a lot of the stuff, guys. I'm not the smartest man in the bulb and as smartest man ever in the world, and I don't know everything. But I did Google, and when I found the lounge, that's how I found the lounge, and that's how I found the strip club. But a lot of taxi guys or Uber guys, they'll tell you too. Like when you take a Uber around there, even though it's hard as hell to take a Uber in Punta Cana. I'm not Punta Cana. It's hard to hell is hard not Punta Cana. It's hard to hell. It's hard as hell to take a Uber in Puerto Plata because they be trying to tax you. But if you get a good Uber driver, they can show you certain spots to go to, guys. They can show you certain spots to go to. You know what I mean? Get you right. Okay. Sh- should I open Tinder in Punta Cana or is it better to pay for the candy bucks? You really don't need. I'm gonna be honest. You really don't need Punta Cana. You don't really need Tinder for Punta Cana. You can do it Tinder and Punta Cana, but you really don't need it. Any advice on where to stay in Puerto Plata for 2 weeks? Let me see. Cause there was some. Actually, to tell you, to be honest, there be a lot of like not hotels, apartments nearby. I just never got them because they were for more than one person. But I would say, man, if you could do Airbnb, yeah, I keep forgetting the Airbnb. They're gonna you're gonna be acting funny. I forgot about that. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. The hotels, most of the hotels are chica friendly, man. You know what I mean? I would just Google up. I would say Google up, but you don't really know if they're gonna be chica friendly. I see the thing about it is, and I know this is bad. People criticize me for this, but when I get these cheap hotels, a lot of people are, oh, why you get the cheap hotels? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's not because I love them. Well, I love the price, but it's not because I love them so much. But most of these cheap hotels, they cater to the guys bringing girls in. So that's another benefit. A lot of times when you get these cheap hotels, you don't have no problem bringing the girls in. But when you get these fancy hotels that you guys want to say 5 star, and I'm not trying to make fun of you guys, if that's what you want, and I'm not knocking you, I would stay at it too. But a lot of times those don't want you to bring the women in, or they'll try to charge you more. So that's the only bad thing about it. Um, Stay in Puerto Plata for 2 weeks. I mean, I'll say this, man. How I found my hotel, I basically found it, and this is what you're gonna think I'm crazy, right? I Googled around the hotels. I mean, I'm not Googled around the. Well, that too. I Googled where I wanted to stay at, right in Puerto Plata, and then I Googled the hotels and seeing what the prices were of the hotels. Now I'll say this: I got a real. Now I know you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I got a really shitty hotel. Well, you guys already seen it. I think one time, not the one that me and Future stayed at. There was another one I stayed at, right, man? And I know people was calling it Roach Motel. Not the one in La Vega. Not that one that was really trashy. I said it's the worst hotel I stayed in. Not that one. There was one I had. I went live on, and I stayed at there. And one of the local girls that I was talking to, from Puerto Plata, she was like, "Oh, baby, I would never come there to see you. That place is trash." Da da da. I was like, "What?" And she literally told me about the hotel that me and Future stayed at. I forgot it was called Gelato or something like that hotel, whatever. And she's the one that referred me to go. She's the one that told me to go there because she was like, "Yo, it's cleaner and everything." So that's how I got that hotel. And then when I got the hotel, when I first booked it through, what's it called? Expedia. Um, when I first booked it through Expedia, I think it was like I think it was like $35 a night, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then it was like, yo, you you had a reservation. I said, yeah, when I came in there, and they was like, yeah, I was like, they was like, oh, you just doing one night? I said, yeah, I just want to see how I like it. And the guy straight up told me, he said, oh, I'm gonna charge you the 35 tonight, which is I forgot how many pesos, but it's automatically American money when you're going through Expedia, anyways. But he said, if you do cash and you just book straight through the front desk, we charge cheaper rates. I said, what? He's like, yeah, you're paying $35 and you went through Expedia, but if you would have came here and went straight through us, we would have charged you $25 a night. Wow, that's crazy. So I was like, all right. And that's how I've stayed with them. That's how I put Future onto that spot, and he went back and stayed there. So that's how I learned my way to find little spots like that to stay at. You know what I mean? For the cheapskate Jake prices. But yeah, certain hotels they got certain. They even got I personally, if you guys want to stay at some nice hotels or apartments. Oh, dude, man, wait, hold on a second. I'm here running my mouth. I had to think of this. Guapo 954. Bro, did you see my last video? I had a video where I had the apartments, bro. I got the apartments. You could stay at an apartment for $25 a night, bro. A whole apartment. Instead of doing a hotel like me, and you're at Costa Bar, you're still in Puerto Plata, and you're in a nice area. And you're down the street from Blackbeards. And you got like you're by the beach. You know what I'm saying? Costa Bar Beach, which is nice. So you good. Just look at my last video where it's like I'm pointing at it where I stayed at I can't believe I paid this for this apartment. It's a really nice, really good apartment. Has a flat screen TV. Netflix is already included in the price. Netflix is already on the TV. You don't have to use your own Netflix. Um, One bedroom. They got bathroom. It's pretty nice, man. It's $25 a night. So I think the person's info is on the I show it on the what is it called? I show it on the video and on the thumbnail. But if you hit me up on Instagram, Milano23, I give you the info for the apartments to stay at for $3.99, baby. Are you still in the DR? Nah, no, not now. I'm not. Aside from that's crazy. Quan Beat Maker Machine, what up? Before he didn't like YouTubers, now he wanna be a YouTuber. Sosua is staying alive like the BGs. Oh, swagger's in my daggone live. Oh man, I never thought that would happen. You know the world's gonna end when if Swagger comes in my live. Nah, but good stuff, man. I appreciate it. Sosua is staying alive like the BGs. Punacon looks lit right now. Yeah, Punacon is good. Punacon is Punacana is pretty decent. I got videos, Harry the Loke. I got videos on Punacana too, and certain areas and stuff. I stayed at a nice hotel around there too, a good one, better than what I usually stay at. You don't need Tinder for DR. Yeah, but some people, they don't know how to move swagger like me and you. They don't got swagger like us. Swagger like us. None of these guys got swagger like us. Swagger like us. But yeah, you don't really need Tinder, but you know, it makes for it's how you say interesting situation, and you could get some cheapskate Jake prices if you ain't too picky. Uh, uh, the God of War. What up? What up? You don't need Tinder for DR. Just go outside the local strip. Yeah, we don't got no more local strip, man. Remember, we don't got a local strip no more. We don't got a local strip. So we have no choice but they have no choice but to go on Tinder now, swagger. Ain't like when back in the day me and you used to go out there. You know what I mean? Drink a little brew, but I haven't actually had a drink of beer in 3 weeks, guys. I've been relaying off on a lot of the bad stuff. That's how I was able to lose some of this weight. I got some shorts right now that I used to wear in DR, man. They used to fit good on me. Now these things are fitting like they're double XL on me. Let's see. Uh, does Punakana got stripped like Sosua? Not per se, but they got the chicas in the club that they'll get at you. Is it safe to walk around Punakana? Oh, Big Spinner. Yeah, it's safe, man. Punakana is safe, man. It's literally a tourist area. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only problems I really had was the foolish people who aren't Dominican. You know what I mean? You get some idiots that are on cocaine or whatever. But these people I actually knew, and I was hanging with a group of people, and one guy was using the nose candy, and he tried to go off on me, and it was crazy. This is okay. I'm mostly like gonna do flops. I'm most likely gonna do flip flops events for Halloween, but I'm definitely gonna check out Ground Zero in Puerto Plata. Yeah, I've always heard about that situation. Ground Zero in Puerto Plata. Check out that lounge too in Puerto Plata. The lounge. Um, I forgot what's the lounge called. I forgot Platinum Lounge or something like that. DR got me in a chokehold, buddy, but I can't do snow bunnies. DR got me. Oh, no, I can't. Not my thing. Nah. The girl on the thumbnail, she's actually she's actually from Brazil. I just put her on there because it looked good on the thumbnail, but she's actually Brazilian. She was in Brazil. Um, Facts. All you guys need is a Airbnb in Santa Domingo, and the Mango site is lit. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you, that Mango site, man, they be charging crazy prices, man. Oh my god, prices take your head off. I don't even know what the Apex Traveler was talking about when he said he lived in Santo Domingo. I was like, what? It's fun, bro. And during the day, I hit the Okay. And the malls, they be having the mangoes out there, huh? The finest ladies seem to be there too. Yeah, yeah. I will give you this. I will give you that. In Santo Domingo, they be having the finest ladies out there. They be having some baddies in Santo Domingo. Maybe you know what? I think what I'm gonna do if I go back to Santo Domingo. Well, one, I want to do Bane. I want to do Bane next time I go. I also, if I do Santo Domingo, I think I'm gonna get me an apartment. I'm gonna try to be like strictly travel, but the only difference is I'm gonna try to look like I'm a player like Strictly Travels. I'm gonna get me an apartment and try to see if that'll work. But I would probably have to stay there a while though. Uh, do you remember the name of the video? I'll go check it out. Um, it's like I forgot. It's literally me pointing a finger at something on the picture. Like you see my finger pointing. Any video you see, it's a regular video, a long form video where I'm pointing the picture. Well, not long, but regular video. If you scroll through my videos, it's like probably my last recent video, regular video. It has to be because it's my last recent video, last one I put up, and it's actually in 4K. Excuse me, but I'm pointing like this. You know what I mean? How can I get a hotel for the month? I'm bringing 5,000 cash. Hopefully that covers the month. How can I get a hotel for a month? I'll be honest with you, man. Let me see. Let me highlight his thing. I'll be honest with you, man. I really think screw a hotel for a month. I would say just try to see if you get an apartment. But I mean, it depends with the hotels. See, the hotels I was staying at when I was paying $25 a month. I mean, 20 not $25 a month. Let me stop lying. $25 a night, equivalent to about 700 a month. So it ended up being cheaper. Okay, apartment. How can I get a hotel? I mean, apartment for a month. I'm bringing 5,000. Yeah, yeah, you should be good. 5,000 should cover it. They got a lot of signs like for rent around Porta Porta Plata. If I was you, any of your taxi guys, you get a taxi guy, he can tell you who's renting. A lot of these people know people who are renting properties and they're willing to rent to gringos, tourists, because they want to make some money. And you just got to make sure, tell them, like, listen, I'm coming here for a month. I need an apartment. You tell them how much you're willing to spend for the apartment. I would say you try to, the most you say is you spend like 600 for a month for apartment. But you tell them with the apartment, you tell them, I want all utilities included, the internet, water, electricity. That's where it'll be like 600 a month. You don't have to worry about that, and you'll have your own apartment. Michelle Moran, hi, how you doing? Mike. Michelle Moran. I uh, I said Mike 3 times. Michelle. All right, back in 2020, back in 2005, 2013, it was hard to get a chica into your room in Punta Cana. Not many chicas. It was hard to get a chica into your room in Punta Cana. Not many chicas around neither. You said you, Katie Swag. You talk about in Punta Cana or Sosua. Because if you talking about Punta Cana, that's crazy. Because I didn't go in Punta Cana in 2013, but that's crazy. Now you can get them in your room, and nowadays I'm bringing 5,000 cash. Hopefully that covers my Ming. I'm bringing because my mango say, yeah, that mango site doesn't look like it's gonna be expensive because I've seen it before. Sasua with no hookers is a hard sale. Pause. I ain't going to church down here, you know. Yeah, man, Jojo, that's crazy what they doing. They messing it up, man. Okay, Katie's. Let me see. Let me see that. Okay, Punta Cana. I'm talking about it was straight. Wow. Yeah, and this is why I'm telling Katie Swag. This is why I'm telling guys, right? They're like, yo, um, you think they're gonna attack Punta Cana? Now I've heard they might go after Punta Cana to try to turn it like Sasua, but it's hard to do that, man, because they're already getting their tourist money. But before back then in Punta Cana, I'm gonna be honest with you, from RDU, well, at least from RDU, I don't know from New York, but from Raleigh Durham, there was no direct flights. Now we got direct flights. Like if I really want to go back to DR, I could literally book a flight to I could book a flight to Punta Cana for a couple of days, stay there at a hotel, whatever, and then come back home and I'm good. That's how crazy it is. It's like, man. Katie Swagger use the site, they come straight to your room. He said use the site, they come straight to your room. What up, Jamies? What up? Let's see. Me and my boys had to go outside the resort to the countryside to get chicas, then go to a motel for a few. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, cause Punta Cana was like a real. Punta Cana was a real family friendly place. That's why I used to wonder why Dominicans when they see me in the States, like North Carolina, they're like, oh, you need to go to Punta Cana. I'm like, why? I'm already going to Sosua and stuff. But I guess because Punta Cana, it was, the beaches were nice and everything, but it's also more expensive in Punta Cana too. That's why you was on a resort. Me and my boys had to go outside the resort to the country. That's why you was on that. Which side? Which side? I don't know who this is, Lori, but shout out to you. Uh, Hi, Lori. Lori Samba. Yeah, I tell you later. Can't have everybody. Can't have everybody get the website like it's a big secret. You just look it up. Plus, it's probably those girls in San Domingo are expensive, man. Get you an Airbnb. Never stay on a resort. Yeah, I gotta look back on the website because I gotta go back and get the website because when I was in San Domingo, I saw the prices. They were high as hell, man. I was just like, it just turned me off. I never used the website because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna lie. I hit one of them up and they were talking a crazy price, and I was just like, nah, I'm good. And I just went to sleep. But yeah, that joint was crazy, man. Like they were trying to hit your boy. And when I'm talking about crazy prices, I'm talking about like 250 for the hour, bro. 250 for the hour. It's just crazy. It's like I'm in an art gallery right now, right? But yeah, that's just crazy. 250. But yeah, I think another option. I really want to go back to Brazil, but yeah, yeah, that's what I said. That's why I'm like, Katie Swaggy, you sure you want that website? Yeah, they talk them crazy numbers, especially in Santo Domingo. Oh man, they really about their money. Yeah, yes, Jojo, 250 USD is insane. Exactly. That's Miami. That's Miami prices, guys. That's Miami prices. That's all I'm looking at. Like I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Well, you gotta give me the website then, because that maybe I went on the wrong one. 250 for 3 nights, and yeah, man. Yeah, when they said one night, oh my god, like that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. I was like, man, that's too much right there. I was like, that's too much. That is too much. I ain't gonna lie, swag guy. I started going to the Baldy like you. I mean, I have them put it on 0 now when they cut my hair. So I like it better like that. That way I don't have to worry about getting my hair cut for a while. But yeah, it's more comfortable. Let me see. If you want a cheap area, hit Santiago. Wow, Santiago. Yeah, that's Katie. That's Katie Swagger's area. Santiago. Shoot, I might have to hit up Santiago. I might have to hit up Santiago. You know what I mean? Tony Hernandez, my grandson, hairline is worse than Rello's. I don't know. I think we about what and what. I think we about what and what. Me and Rello. Shave it all off. Go bald. Be your own barber. You will save money. Yeah, you know what? You might have a point there. I can imagine how much I'll be saving. $20 a pop. Maybe because I'm a sucker because hey swag because the Peru chick, this Peru lady, she actually shaves it down to she does the zero. It's like $20, but after she shaves it down when she does zero and shaves it down real low, she'll wash my hair afterwards. So it's like I'm getting a head massage all for $20. Santiago, get the bing. Santiago, you need a driver. Let's see. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. I just checked out the video. About to subscribe you, bro. That was a lot of help. They don't trip about bringing cheese. Oh no, man, you good? You could bring, man. You could bring your girls. Um, they don't care. That's on you. But I will say this: only a problem there. Now you can bring girls, but if you get some two girls, they start acting funny, you're gonna be on your own. That's the one thing I liked about the hotel versus apartment. The apartment, if you get some girls that act weird, you know what I mean, then you could get jammed up. So be careful who you bring because you're on your own. Now with the hotel, I noticed a lot of the girls I was bringing, they knew to act right because the hotel wasn't playing that. That was the pros and cons. But yeah, get make sure, excuse me, make sure you hit them up and they should be able to accommodate you. And also tell them you want to make sure that you tell them get me the apartment that has good Wi-Fi. Make sure you state that too, because they had one side that the Wi-Fi wasn't good. There was one part of departments, but you might be getting good. It's weird because they gave the people who stayed there long term the one with the bad Wi-Fi, and the people who stayed short term the good Wi-Fi. It was weird. Let's see. Milano, you was out there. I'm I'm surprised you didn't know. Probably because you was in a hostel. You said you wait. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, you said Milan, you was out there. I'm surprised you didn't know. Probably because you was in a hostel. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I had my ex that was down the street, so she ended up, taking care of me in the hostel when nobody was in the room. And I was really just trying to get a feeling of the Santiago area. But I think next time I go, I'm gonna really be on a different type of time in Santiago. But yeah, I'll say this: in Santiago, they got them pretty light skinned women. Um, it definitely, if you have the websites like you said, that would help you out a lot. I think if I used the Tinder and Santiago more, I could have got it. I got better results. Ben shaved my. He said, "Wish." KD Swagger said, "I wish I did it earlier." Yeah, man. I'm so used to having hair. It's kind of hard for me to go that way, but I notice, you know what? I think as guys, certain guys, we think we look bad with a bald head until we get it. And then it's like, okay, it doesn't look that bad. Maybe we're just tripping. You know what I mean? Because everybody pushes out long hair and stuff. Long hair. Like, that's the media. Push out long hair. If you have long hair, the women love you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? All right. The key maker said, R.I.P. Sosua. The key maker, what up? I remember this troll didn't like me, and he started giving me my props afterwards. That's good. I Yeah, I remember Keymaker was like, I remember you compared me to another YouTuber. You was like, at least you don't do this stuff, Milano. How do you feel about pirating the space? I feel like I don't get a lot of credit for it, but yeah, these old Sasua videos were epic. Those are, yeah, man. You follow me with the old Sasua videos. Yeah, yeah. The 2012, 2013. Man, they were crazy. They were wild. They were raw. July and August is slow season for Sasua. Anyways, it'll pick up in October. Yeah, hopefully it picks up and not Sasua. Flip Flop can make some money. But yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. Now here's the kicker. I'm not really worried about October. When Super Bowl comes through, that's when that's gonna be a problem if they start doing that stuff around that time. Because when people come for Super Bowl, there's a lot of people that come for Super Bowl weekend, and they come to watch the game. And a lot of guys, man, I'm telling you, if Halloween's gonna make a. I think Halloween, if it doesn't, if people aren't really bragging about and having a good time at Halloween, I don't think a lot of people can come during Super Bowl. I'm gonna just be honest. People ain't gonna come during Super Bowl. Once you go bald, you won't regret it. Yeah. You know what? I actually got some clippers too. I don't know if these. Let me see. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me put you right here. I want to look for something real quick. Okay. One second. I got this. Think this will be good for the head? Okay, Swagger? Shave with this. I usually shave the face with this, but I don't know if it's good enough for the. I don't know if it's good enough for my head. Let me see. Swagger Sasua has never come back. Sasua has never come back, just like my hairline, Tony Hernandez. Man, it was hot as hell out there today. 100 degrees. What happened to your old vids? You should them here and title them as throwback. Bro, you know what? A lot of people always say that stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. Motherfuckers say that shit, but nobody ever watches them, bro. There was a guy. There was a guy. Oh, it was a guy. Kenny Ken Adventures. He was like, man, you need to put up your old stuff. You need to do that. Da, da. I started putting up my old stuff. Man, these motherfuckers never watch that shit. It was like nobody was watching that shit. So motherfuckers say they want to watch the videos, but they don't be watching the videos, bro. It sounds good on paper. It sounds real good on paper. And I want to believe you, but a lot of them be capping. They don't watch it. I'll put it up. Motherfuckers don't even watch it. So it was like pointless at that time because he was telling me that saying, "Oh, you should do it." I did it. Nobody watched it. The video did horrible as far as views. Like nobody really watched it. I think people watched my old stuff only because it was something new and nobody was doing. But it's like it's weird because like I like old school movies. Like I like Little Shop of Horrors, the colored one. I like what's that other movie? I like the first Child's Play. Um, I like what's that other one? With Tom Cruise. This is a movie and Tom Cruise is old. It's with him and the escort. I forgot what it's called, but I like that tough stuff too. But people don't like watching that stuff a lot of times. So And it's crazy because a lot of my parents was like, "Oh, I miss the old music. I miss the old school music." And when it was back in the old days, and then I put on an old movie, and they don't even want to watch it. You know what I mean? Or Perfect Weapon. That was an old school movie. I love that. You know what I mean? But some people don't appreciate it like that. Let's see. Yeah, supposedly raids were aimed at a certain trafficking group. Yeah, they were aimed at a certain trafficking group. I think a lot of shenanigans were going on in there. Let's see. Use your clippers and a razor. Water your head after using your clippers. What you showed me should be good. Yeah, I always do that too. Like I'll put water on the clippers and water on my face, and I'll shave and do that. What you showed me should be good. I never used a razor. I only use a razor to shave my face, but I haven't been using a razor lately. I've been using that to shave my face, so that's why I asked. But yeah, that might be something I could probably do. Might save me some more money. I've heard Sosua. I've heard Sosua has never come back since 2007. Yeah, I watch all the videos when you was in DR. Oh yeah, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Then that Kenny Adventures dude died. Yeah, he actually died from overdose on the snow. You know what I mean? That white girl, and he was already doing that stuff. But certain YouTubers, and I'm not gonna blame people like Andrew Show because he didn't really know him like that. But certain YouTubers knew he was doing that stuff. Nobody tried to counsel him and tell him to slow down because certain other YouTubers were doing it with him. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put nobody in the butt, throw nobody in the bus, but they were doing it too. So they didn't want to try to say, "Oh, you should slow down on that," when they were doing the same stuff as him. You know what I mean? But they'll never put that out there. Again, you in this space, you gotta watch your own back a lot of times because a lot of people are selfish. They only care about themselves. They're not worried about you. Again, the RIP to Kenny Ken. I think about him a lot, man. Like, a lot of people really aren't thinking about him like that. Like, once you're dead in the ground in this space, they usually just forget about you and keep it moving. Like, it's messed up as it sounds, but like somebody like Charles Tyler, they'll probably bring him up, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. RIP to him. No disrespect to him because he was one of the guys that was coming up doing the thing, and I didn't have no gripe against him or nothing against him, so I'm not gonna bash him. But certain people that passed away in the game, man, they, RIP to even the guy Elvis Diaz. You know what I'm saying? Shout one thing I respect about Online Nation, at least with even though sometimes me and Bando don't see eye to eye all the time. At least with Bando, Future, they still try to live his memories and show respect to that guy, man. So I'll always have respect for Online Nation, Bando and NYC the Future, despite what people may think about NYC the Future, because they honored the guy that was on their team. They still honored him. Even Westside TMZ, even though I don't like what he said, certain stuff, and him and Jazzy P News, Westside TMZ, he honors his boy Mr. Brown as RIP to him. So I can't knock these people no matter what because they still, think about people that passed. But as far as Kenny Ken Adventures, like none of these guys really, do anything special or really acknowledge him like that. And when they had the time to really do something to show it, certain people just didn't have no words for it. Like they were socially awkward, or they didn't know what to say, or they didn't really care. Maybe because that same person, I did a video of them bashing that person, whatever it is, man, they really didn't give a damn. You know what I mean? So it's sad, man, because even though me and Kenny Ken went at each other's neck before the QB boxing match, I will say this: me and him before all that used to always FaceTime and talk, and I always hit him up. We always share voice messages. So I will always cherish those moments. And even though we got into hot water with each other, so to speak, like, you know, I kind of wish he was there to even see me take that loss in the match, because I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have bashed me like that. I think he would have been like, "Oh, he did. He did get some shots off him, whatever." But I just think we fell out over some petty stuff. I think I was feeling some type of way of him giving QB credit and this and that, and I just think I was just in my own ego, whatever. But RIP to him, man. And like I said, it's sad because I went out there and hung out with him. I hung out with him, and actually, we actually was going crazy all night. You know what I mean? In Tijuana, so it's like even the spot I stay at in Tijuana, man. This little spot we used to stay at. He stayed at the same spot, bro. And it's so crazy. Both of us stayed at the same spot, and he used to tell me, he'd be like, "Yo, I tell guys to stay at the spot. They'd be like, "Oh, it's too cheap. It's some roach motel." He's like, "Man, I don't see no roaches out here. This place is good." And like even the last time I stayed in it, they actually upgraded it, and the shower looks better, and it's really improving. But like I said, our little spot there, man, he was upstairs, and he came downstairs to hang out with me and everything. So, I will always cherish that time I had with Kenny Ken Adventures. You know what I mean? And yeah, he made a song dissing me or whatever, but it's still all love on my end, because at the same time, I was really close to him. And I think with him, there was something about him that me and him, um, you know, could actually, relate to a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, RIP to him. But yeah, it's just sad that he ended up passing away, man. Because I was hoping, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't want to hang out with QB after we did the boxing match, but I think if Kenny Ken would have hit me up and like, "Yo, come on, hang out with us, man. It's all love. We done with it." I would have probably bit my tongue and still hung out with him just because Kenny Ken said so. You know what I mean? So yeah, RIP to him though, man. That stuff is crazy. Uh, let's see. Then that's the guy who interviewed. Yeah, he interviewed Cuba Dave, and he was slowly doing the videos and have him come out and stuff. Um, and we never got the final Cuba Dave videos, which is crazy, man. It's crazy because he was putting out some Cuba Dave videos, man, and they were doing some traction. Uh, Strictly Chavo, what up? Salute. You'll save at least $500 a year if you do your own baldy. Water does the trick to make your blades last longer. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Big J said. Big J said, flip flop powder is his nose. Oh man, I don't know, man. That's crazy. If you beefing with Jazzy, you beefing with me. Have you even met her in real life, Tony Hernandez? You guys be trying, like, Kenny Ken Adventures, I literally met him in real life, bro. So you can't compare the two. I'm sorry. Like, we actually hung out together. You know what I mean? Um, QB Python's career is over. Yeah, man. They didn't. And he don't even want to put out a response of why he left YouTube, man. He claims he didn't get fired, but man, if you're off YouTube, bro, and you're not putting no response, it says something, man. It says something, bro. So as much as I don't like to believe rumors with the homie Hub stuff, bro, it's not looking good if you ain't giving, like, if you ain't come back and like, yo, I didn't get fired. You ain't explain this, like, you know what I mean? And this guy, he's big on explaining stuff, like, he's big on explaining this. He was explaining him getting drugged overseas. He was explaining why he got a boxing match with me. Explained why he got his teeth fixed, but now he has a situation he only explained. I mean, I don't know, man. I think people are really looking at like, yeah, man, you said you was gonna explain it, you ain't, like, so they might go towards the homie Hubs um, side only because they're not hearing nothing from QB. And this is not my, me being biased or just, I'm just being honest. Like, people are gonna probably go with homie Hub stuff because I'm like, well, obviously he probably got fired. That's why he don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? But hopefully everything's good with him, man, and he'll explain his side when you get a chance. I didn't. I tried to get him off, man. I think he took offense to it. I told him numerous times, but you know, he would do his own thing, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Uh, you know, that stuff is hard to just kick off. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So people ain't just getting off of that white girl like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're used to getting, and it's, you get it in Mexico, and you know you get it for cheap and stuff like that. Like, it's sad that it really ended his life though, man, because that's scary. Like, that makes me not want to do no drugs, bro. Like, people be like, oh, why don't you smoke weed? Nope. The only thing I'll probably drink is booze. I don't even think, I think I even got paranoid with liquor. That's why I only drink beer, because I'm paranoid with liquor, because with the fake liquor and DR happen and stuff like that. So, like, and I, like I said, with the booze, my booze, like, if you see, right, this booze, right, it's only, let me see, it's only, guys, it's only 95 calories. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even that much. You ain't really, you know what I mean? I drunk like, what? I drunk like 200 calories. That's nothing. You know what I mean? So, no, why don't you hit Kenya? Like, you know what? I'm not really big on going to Africa, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, Africa is not really my top choice, but I'm thinking about going out there just to see how it is, man. You know what I mean? I really want to check it out just to see how it is. Um, you know what I mean? It might be worth some. You know what I mean? I think I'm I think I'm scared of Africa because I heard about the Nile crocodile, like the crocodiles that eat you, man. Like, oh my God. But yeah, I might need to check it out. But I definitely I love South America, Latin countries. But I definitely want to go back to Asia too. That's another thing that I was thinking about, going back to Asia, checking that out. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what? That might work for me too. That might work for me because I heard they like fair skinned guys, the African women. I heard they be on them. They be on them hard. He said I'd rather watch paint dry. Watch homies hub. That's crazy, man. Oh man. But yeah, guys, it's just I think the options people have, you got El Salvador, you know what I mean? El Salvador, got Mexico. Um, I never really mentioned Colombia. I know a couple people that came from Colombia. It's like Colombia's lit. If you do go to Colombia, go to Cartagena. Cartagena might be the new wave. Um, so that's three. But really, I think I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you can hack it, the flights, I would try Brazil or Philippines or Thailand. And if you do Philippines, Angeles City. If you do Thailand, Pattaya. You know I'm always gonna go with that. But yeah, especially Angeles City, man. Philippines. I would actually go back. I was actually thinking about going back to Angeles, Philippines, Angeles City, Philippines, because it's easy to maneuver around there. You know what I mean? Don't sleep on Africa, bro. South Africa rivals South America in talent, and places like Rwanda, they got the biggest assets. Oh man, he said they got the biggest assets. Rwanda. I might have to check out Rwanda, man. I might have to check out. How far is Africa again? And how many shots you got to get? Don't you got to get a bunch of shots and stuff like that? Like, man, I think I got to really have my money right. Like, even for me to spend a weekend in Africa, I'm gonna have the money I save for Brazil. I'm gonna have to have that double that money. So if I brought 3,000 to Brazil for 3 months, I'm gonna have to bring like 6,000 just for a week in Africa. Maybe a week or two in Africa. I'm gonna have to bring that. But yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, it's your boy Milano back at it again. But you guys got options. You got El Salvador, Mexico. Um, I'm gonna say this. I know I'm gonna regret it. Colombia, Cartagena, not Medellin. Colombia, Cartagena. Oh, Africa is close to Thailand. Okay. Um, got Brazil. I know you guys don't want to do things. So if you don't want to do Brazil, I would say Philippines, Angeles City, Pattaya, Thailand. But it's your boy Milano back at it again, like he never left. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Until next time. Keep hitting those skies, guys. And, I'll let y'all know when I get on my next trip. I just been saving my money, stacking up, being focused. I had to get my car right real quick, so I want to get that right before I take that flight. You know what I mean? Because definitely that's my source of my income. That's my livelihood. So I definitely got to get my car right if I'm going to take that flight. Holla at you.